A couple of days ago, I put out a video called Video for Men Who Feel Lost. And it was a vulnerable video, and it was a video that I knew would create all kinds of different emotions out of everybody. There were amazing supportive comments. There were men who were angry that I put it out, like, toughen up, we can't have these weak guys. And then there were some women that were angry also, and there was also a ton of support. I got a ton of texts from people that really liked it too. But I want to talk about why it was so important for me to put that out. And then I also want to talk about why it can be different than the other energy of some of my other videos, right? Like how you can see me just talking about meditation or on all the shorts giving this advice. I think it can be really easy to get caught in being almost a character, whether it's in a relationship. When you start to be a certain way in a relationship and you don't show the real moments and vulnerabilities in certain relationships or friendships, how you are at work, you could go to work and be like, I gotta push this in and not be the real me. I know that influencers have that, and I know that I've had that many times where you just create this you that's able to talk and then kind of not show the emotions that you're going through at different times. And I really felt, first when I made that video, this was just for me. And then when I saw it, I was like, I really want to share it. And the reason I wanted to share it was because it's so important to me that, first of all, I get to release what's in my body and be able to do it with you. Because if I only release it by myself, then I have to become a different person with you. And also, it's so important to me that you know that we're all screwed up. That you don't give only authority to people outside of you. That you don't look at just speakers as having the answer. Because having been in this industry for a long time, I know a lot of speakers. And I know how much they're suffering under that. In fact, another reason that I made this video is hopefully giving other speakers permission to kind of be in their vulnerability. I know how easy it can be to talk about how we've had vulnerable moments other times, but it's so crazy to just show you it. And also, in putting that out there, I noticed the death of my image me. In other words, I put it out, and then I noticed this me that wanted to pull it down and not show you that, because there's everything's going great in that one energy. But to release it feels like it's opening doors up for a higher energy. It almost feels like it's opening doors up for all of us. It's like, when I said that, I saw so many reactions from emotions. So many people were angry. So many people were loving. So many people were touched. So many people were crying, right? It's almost like there's this deeper place that we're scared to live in. And we've become this kind of false self avatar that's not showing the real us. And it's sad. I mean, we don't show the real us to our parents. We don't show the real us to our kids sometimes. We don't show the real us to a lot of our relationships. So we get to this point where you just have people kind of like being phony and feeling like they got to bury their true self with all kinds of different aspects of each other. And to me, that's not okay. You know, you have feelings. And I need to make it normal for my feelings that are under here to be allowed to come out and not bury them under the character who has a bunch of followers on YouTube and runs AEP and just come across as the one with all the answers. I know that all of us are going through stuff. And to me, to share the video in vulnerable moments of me falling apart and being someone who doesn't have the answers, when, by the way, those moments are what makes me more and more a person that can connect to deeper answers, it would be so unfair to not share that. Me sharing that is you going, there's no way you can get to that ultimate place without feeling through those feelings. You can't do that. There's no way you can get to the real version of yourself without feeling through these. So when you see self-help people that are only showing the answers but not showing their fall aparts, then you get tricked into thinking there's something wrong with you, and you don't know that those feelings were there for everybody. And to be a world where all of us can start to just be in our most amazing vulnerability, so we're not just kind of floating on top of the real things we feel, would be so healing on this planet. A world where we are authentic with what we feel. A world where what we feel in our heart is real, so we don't just keep burying ourselves to keep other people liking us, and opening up a door where the world can see us in our flaws, in our pain, and our darkness and everything. Because I promise you, those fall apart moments happen for every hero, everything. There's always a behind the scenes for every person that you look up to. And I would love it to be normal for the behind the scenes and the dark times to be in the light. And I think they'd be much less dark. And I think that if we could start to accept people in all of their fall aparts and all of their amazingness, then we can start to accept ourselves that way too. And we will create something so big. So whatever you thought of that video is fine with me, because whatever you thought of it is your trigger too. And for me to express those real moments is so exciting and new and really freeing for me, because I'm not caught up in being an image for you. I'm being me. That's what I'm here to do, and that's my new way for me of evolving out loud. So I hope you feel and understand the expansion, and if you don't, that's totally fine too.